Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Darrell Brooks saga. I'm Jester, and today we're gonna continue with day three. This episode is again continuing with the officer's um, testimony about him driving through the parade.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Let's get right to it.
Would you say you got a good look at the driver's face?
I would say yes. I got a relatively good look at the driver's face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did the car go right past you, sir?
The vehicle did not stop.
Yeah.
Did you see what the driver was doing as he went past you?
The driver appeared to be emotionless and was looking straight ahead, clearly ignoring anything that
He was just
to the
focused
sides
front.
of the vehicle. I had raised my left hand and was telling the vehicle to stop, and the vehicle was ignoring what I was doing.
Officer Buttrin, are you able to estimate the speed of the vehicle as it went past you?
Objection. Hearsay.
Yes.
Overruled. He may answer.
I'm so mad that he confuses hearsay with. I think what he means is speculative. But he only knows hearsay.
Based on my training experience, I estimated the vehicle to be traveling at approximately 25 miles an hour at that time.
This is the area where you tried to stop the SUV. This is before Barstow, correct?
Yes, it is.
Did you continue to watch the vehicle as it went past you?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Overruled.
I had watched the vehicle and I began to chase after it.
Were you saying anything at that time?
Objection. Irrelevant.
Overruled.
How is that irrelevant? It's what
At
happened.
that point, after the vehicle had passed me, I was not saying anything. I just began chasing it.
Okay. And you were running after it.
Yes,
Were you able to catch it?
I was not.
At any point, did you see the vehicle just pull over to the side of the road and stop?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
He saw it. He
From
was
the
there.
time that I could visually observe the vehicle, I did not see it stop or pull to the side of the road.
After you saw the SUV strike other human beings, did you see the driver stop, pull over, and check on those persons?
Objection.
He will never.
Irrelevant.
Overruled.
No, I did not. The vehicle continued.
Was the driver of the SUV still honking the horn?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
He's not hearsay.
From the
He
distance
was
that the
there.
vehicle had traveled away from me, I could not, at that time, hear what the vehicle was doing.
Okay. Okay, you can stop. For the record, about 3 seconds of the clip was played. Move to admit and permission to publish, Your Honor.
Objection. We haven't seen the entire video yet. How do we know what's in the video?
The proper foundation has
Watching
been
the video
laid.
is how we
The
know
objections noted.
what's in the video, my guy.
Exhibit 16 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
We saw you sprinting after the vehicle, correct, on foot?
Yes.
Okay.
Why is he so mad?
To show you another exhibit.
You
Do
can
happen
tell
to know,
here when he's
how
mad.
this video was
Does
recorded?
this?
Objection.
Or
It's
from what
irrelevant.
camera? You're right, it's a vague question. From what camera this video was recorded?
Objection. Relevant.
Overruled.
This was recorded from the City Washington Police Department squad camera
For your squad car?
for the squad car that I was operating that night, yes.
Okay. Move to admit number 17 and permission to publish?
Objection. Actually, it's 4 seconds that was played, and we still aren't clear of the relevancy of this video.
Your objections are noted. The foundation has been laid. It's relevant.
Can you circle yourself in the video? All right, and next to it looks like there's a
Objection
person
irrelevant.
in a yellow vest that reads police, is that correct?
Objection. We're referring to the officer giving testimony, not the officer that's present with him.
Overruled.
What?
Yes, that is correct.
Who is that officer?
That'll be Officer Schneider.
And what's the crossroad here again, if you could just remind us?
Objection.
On the,
Relevant.
we'll start on the south side of
It's
the street.
relevant.
The objections noted. It's overruled. He may answer.
On the south side of the street where the squad is parked, that is going to be Northeast Avenue.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and play this in its duration. There you go.
Correct.
Is that the area where you encountered Mr. Brooks in the SUV?
Objection. I do not identify by that name, nor do I consent to it.
Your objection's noted. It's overruled.
We don't care.
That is where I had initially placed my hand out in front of me and advising the vehicle to stop.
Okay. Again, as you've previously testified, the SUV had not stopped anywhere along that route, correct?
Objection, I already asked this question, and it was answered
That's
already.
fair.
It's foundational, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Correct. I never observed the vehicle stop at any point that I was making my way down the route.
As you were running down the route, did you encounter people who had been struck and injured?
Objection, I already asked question.
Overruled.
That wasn't answered. That wasn't
Yes,
answered.
I did.
Some point much later in the night, do you remember where the vehicle was parked?
Objection, irrelevant.
Overruled.
Is he trying to like
I do not recall the address in which it was parked, but
tell
I
the
do
officer
know the position
"Dude,
where the vehicle
you're,
was parked,
you're
yes.
making me
Could
look
you
bad.
just
Stop.
briefly describe
With his
how
eyes?
the vehicle was parked?
Objection, irrelevant.
Overruled.
The vehicle was backed into a driveway.
Near the residence on Maple Street?
Yes.
Do you remember finding a hat at that location?
Objection, irrelevant.
Overruled.
Yes, I do.
I'm going to ask for Exhibit 92 to be previewed for the witness, please. Do you believe this picture is a true and accurate representation of the hat that you observed in the backyard?
Yes, I do.
Move to admit 92 on permission to publish, Your Honor.
Objection, hearsay. How
Hearsay.
can we know for sure that that hat wasn't by somebody that lives in the building?
Mr. Brooks, you can't testify. You're attempting to do that. I'll instruct you not to. Your objection is overruled.
You remember seeing that hat in the backyard area, sir?
Yes, I
Again,
do.
not hearsay.
Okay.
That's speculation.
There was one male that came out
If
that
even
had taken
that.
a picture and asked the rest of the residents at that location if it was any of theirs.
And did it belong to anyone at the residence?
They indicated that it did not.
I asked you about that side road on the north side of the street, north side of Main Street, Buckley Street, correct?
That is correct.
Were there any barricades at that location, sir?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
Yes, there were. If I remember correctly, I believe there were 3 barricades.
If Mr. Brooks had wanted to leave the parade route, would he have been able to get out at that location?
Objection, I do not consent to that name, or nor do I know any individual by that name.
Your objection's noted. You may answer the question.
Yes, it would have been a reasonable exit
You don't
point.
even know how to put on a mask.
Would there have been anything other than those plastic barricades that would have blocked his exit from the parade at that spot?
Objection, hearsay.
It's not hearsay. It's overruled. You may answer.
No, the only thing that would have been struck was the plastic barricade.
Okay.
You heard the vehicle that was approaching honking his horn multiple times, is that correct?
Yes.
To the best of your knowledge, what would be a reason that someone operating a motor vehicle will honk their horn?
They're
Objection,
angry.
Speculation.
Overruled. You may answer.
There are multiple reasons why a vehicle would do that.
Can you give any specific reason?
To alert people or vehicles in the area that there's a vehicle coming.
Did you notice any tinting to any of the windows on the vehicle?
I don't know how this is relevant.
No.
So you were able to see inside of the vehicle pretty clearly?
Yes.
Yes, if you look at the front window, it's not tinted. Look at it straight onto you.
You stated that the operator of the vehicle was wearing a hat. Would that be fair to say?
The operated vehicle appeared to be wearing a hat or have their hood up.
Yep.
If you got a clear description of the operator of the vehicle, wouldn't you know if it was a hat or a hood?
Objection,
It's
argumentative.
the same thing.
Grounds.
It's over your head.
Sustained.
Were you able to hear the vehicle honking before it approached you or when it came upon you?
I was able to hear the vehicle honking before it approached me.
Did you hear the vehicle honk after it had passed you or came in contact with you?
No, I did not.
Would it be fair to say that the video that was shown, you can clearly hear the vehicle honking.
No.
He's confused look.
Can we play the video again for the witness? Pause right there.
No.
Would it be fair to say that that was not just a horn that was heard honking
No?
after the vehicle was past you?
I did not hear a horn, no.
Wind it back.
It was about 39 seconds.
All right.
We're now going back to
I'm gonna up
about
the volume for me.
30-second mark.
Objection, there isn't 39 seconds in the video. It stops at 37, so how could it be 39?
I'm sorry. You're absolutely right, sir. 29.
Alright, I'm
I
gonna
thought you
listen
said
close.
39.
I can hear a horn.
Sir, you can't.
And you're
testify.
deaf, allegedly.
So you can ask a question of this witness, we'll watch it again,
When,
but at
Let
some
me ask
point
you-
you can't argue with
let
him.
me ask this question. When did you observe or hear the vehicle honking? At which part in this video?
And not in the video.
At no point in this video do I hear the horn honking.
It was before that.
To the best of your knowledge, a honking horn from a vehicle would indicate trying to alert people to its presence, correct?
There are several reasons why a vehicle would honk the horn.
Would you honk your vehicle to alert people to your presence?
Objection, irrelevant.
Grounds.
Yeah.
It's not relevant, sustained.
Doesn't matter what he will do.
You said it would be multiple reasons that a vehicle will honk its horn. Would it be fair to say that one of those reasons would be to alert?
Objection asked and answered.
It wasn't done. Let him man. Let him
Officer
finish the
Butcher, I
question.
see you in a uniform today. Would it be fair to ask that you would
Here we
be
go.
on duty right now if not called to testify?
Yes.
Hold on, Mr. Brooks, before we move on to the next topic, you had asked it to be paused. I trust you don't want anything further from this video published to the jury at this time.
Not at this time.
All right, Madam Clerk may take it down. My apologies for the interruption.
That's okay.
Go ahead, ask your question again.
Would it be fair to say that if you weren't here to testify this morning, you would be on duty?
No, I would not be.
So this would be an off day?
I'm currently on vacation, yes.
He took time off his vacation to
Do you
come to
normally
testify.
wear your uniform on vacation?
Objection, argumentative.
Grounds.
He's working.
He may answer.
You wear your uniform when you're working.
Only if I have something related to police activity or duty.
Do you feel that it was necessary to wear your uniform in court today?
Yeah.
Grounds.
Argumentative.
Why not?
Sustained. Next question.
His work uniform. He's working right now.
Are you a party to this matter in any way?
Here we go. He's run out of
Grounds.
questions.
Grounds.
Sustained, it's not relevant.
He's
Do you
just
have
gonna
a
ask
claim
whatever.
in this matter?
Objection, irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
This usually happens when he doesn't know
Have
what
you
to
read the
answer,
complaint in
what
this
to
matter?
ask
Objection,
anymore.
Grounds.
irrelevant.
So he just wastes his time.
Not relevant. Sustained.
Do you know who the plaintiff is in this matter?
And I don't know why
Objection,
she's
irrelevant.
Grounds.
he's not shut down from the beginning.
Sustained.
Like they
Can
know
you
he's gonna do this.
testify on who called you to testify? Who subpoenaed you to testify here this morning?
That's a fair question.
I believe it was the state of Wisconsin.
And here we go
So
again.
the state of Wisconsin would be the plaintiff in this matter, to your knowledge?
Objection, Your Honor.
Grounds.
Yeah.
This question is irrelevant.
Sustained. It's not relevant, sir. Sustained. Next
I think it
question.
holds relevant who called
You
to
what you
testify.
think doesn't
already
matter.
So you've had interactions with the state of Wisconsin?
Objection,
Grounds.
irrelevant and vague.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Can you testify? If
I love that they cut the camera to the courtroom where he goes when he misbehaves. They're already so used to pointing to that camera that they're like, oh right, he's on the actual courtroom right now. Whoops.
the state of Wisconsin is a living human being or an entity?
Objection,
Grounds.
irrelevant.
Sustained.
So you in fact don't have a claim in this matter, correct?
Objection, irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Let it go, dude. You
You
don't
are
have any more
aware
answers. My questions.
All police departments are funded by the state of Wisconsin, are you not?
Irrelevant.
Objection, irrelevant.
Grounds,
And
Sustained,
inaccurate.
grounds.
sustained,
If that's an inaccurate statement, then who pays you?
Objection to
Grounds.
relevance.
Well, it doesn't matter.
overruled, he may answer, I assume you mean who pays him his salary.
Correct.
He may answer.
Be the city of Waukesha.
Is the city of Waukesha in the state of Wisconsin?
Yes.
Is the city of Waukesha the plaintiff in this case?
No.
No.
Have you ever,
What was the point of that?
how long have you known the plaintiff in this case? In this
Objection.
matter? Grounds,
Irrelevant.
grounds.
Sustained. Next question.
Quit. He's touching the face mask. I hate it.
So to
Why
the
do
best
you
of your
even have
knowledge,
it?
You've never even had any
Backwards,
interaction with the
and you
plaintiff in
still
this matter.
touch it.
Objection,
Grounds.
irrelevant.
It defeats the
Sustained.
whole purpose of it.
Mr. Brooks, under 90611, if you need to move on to a new topic of cross-exam, otherwise I will declare the cross-exam opportunity closed.
Just close it. He has no more relevant things to say
At any time when the vehicle passed you,
at any time.
did you hear the vehicle honk?
Asked
Again?
and answered.
Sustained.
Is it fair to say that in the video clip that we were just shown, no one was struck?
Correct.
Would it also be fair to say that in the video we just saw, the vehicle did not attempt to strike anyone?
Objection. Speculation.
Grounds.
Yeah, he can know.
Sustained. Calls
Maybe
for
he missed.
speculation on the part of the vehicle operator.
We can clearly see in the video that no one.
It's that's
attempted to
testimony.
strike.
You cannot
How's
do that.
not relevant?
The jury will disregard the last statement made by Mr. Brooks as he may not testify at this point in time. Next question, please.
Just for the record, I don't consent to being called that name, Your Honor.
Just for the record, we don't
Next
care.
question, please.
And to the best of your knowledge, no one was struck before the vehicle approached your presence.
The officer was struck.
Objection.
Grounds.
Asked and answered.
Grounds.
Detective Casey was
Asked and
struck by
answered.
you.
Sustained. Next question.
I didn't answer the question.
No, you don't answer questions. You ask them.
And for the record, you have no filed claim in this matter whatsoever.
Objection, irrelevant.
Sustained.
At any point were you able
Thank
to hear
you.
the horn honking in that video, sir?
No, I was not.
Nope.
Thank you. I don't have any other
There
questions.
you go.
Thank you. You may step
Quick.
down.
Quick redirect.
I'll state very briefly for the record, Your Honor, that we still have yet to address the subject matter jurisdiction.
It's never
Will that
gonna
be
get
addressed
addressed.
at some point.
Nope.
Mr. Brooks, that's a frivolous matter. We've already addressed that.
Is that a judicial determination, Your Honor? That you want to address the
Yes.
subject matter jurisdiction?
He's not gonna to.
The record stands, Mr. Brooks.
He's told you many times.
Would a verified statement of particulars by affidavit be addressed, Your Honor?
I love that he has his checklist in those pages. He's like, okay. I already did the subject matter. Okay. After subject matter, Jesus, what is it? Let me look at my paper. Statement of particulars. I want to appeal this case. I mean, he says it so much. I don't know how he doesn't have it memorized at this point.
All rise.
That a tacit agreement, Your Honor?
Oh, here we go. I think this is the first time that we hear the tacit agreement. How can you not know how a word is said? And why no one tells him? That's also one thing. He starts saying tacit. It's tacit. Even I know that. And I English is my second language. But tacit. Not a tic tac.
I heard radio traffic about a vehicle going through the barricades.
Oh, I hate
past
this
the
part.
barricades.
Oh God, there's a question
What
here
action,
that
if any, did you take?
boils my blood.
I was standing next
Look for it.
to Officer Buttrin. He began to move forward, and as I observed the red SUV coming towards Officer Buttrin and not stopping, I ran forward to also try to intercept the vehicle.
At some point, you needed to step out of the way so you yourself were not struck. Is that fair to say?
Objection. Being the witness.
Sustained, please rephrase.
As you stood in the middle of the road, facing the vehicle, did you stay in that position, officer?
I did not. I was very concerned the car was going to hit me.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
I jumped out of the way.
Were you able to see the driver of the car?
I was.
Did the driver of the
Confused
SUV
and angry. And
react to your
touching the
presence
mask.
in any way?
He had no expression on his face, and he was looking straight ahead.
He
as
was
if
like
he was
this.
looking straight through me.
Did the driver of the SUV follow your direction and leave the parade route at Buckley?
No, he did not. As a matter of fact, he appeared to speed up.
Are you able to estimate speeds at this location?
Objection. Hearsay.
It's not
Overruled.
hearsay.
I would estimate the speed to be anywhere from 30 to 40 miles per hour.
Officer Schneider, did you hear the vehicle honking its horn at all?
I never heard any honking.
So for the record, we've shown about the first 2 or 3 seconds of that clip to Officer Schneider. Officer Schneider, is Exhibit 18 a true and accurate representation of your actions involving the red SUV on 11/21 of 21?
It is.
Move to admit and permission to publish 18.
And the thing he says that no one was struck in that video, and it was like, yeah, no one was struck because they saw you coming. These officers saw the vehicle and they move out of the way. The rest of the parade didn't have that luxury, you know.
Position, Mr. Brooks.
Objection. What's the relevancy of the video?
It's
The
what happened.
objection is
That's the relevance.
noted, it's overruled.
Oh, right over there.
Okay. And please clear the screen. All right, we're going to play this
God.
video in its entirety now.
Oh my God! What the? What is this? Come here!
No expression.
When you heard the
No
screaming
guilt.
and heard of the report of
He just watches that
problems
happen.
to your west, what did you do?
Oh my god.
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
I was stopped by numerous people who said that their children had potentially been nicked. The worst one was a adolescent female that was laying in the road with her family around her.
You know the first name of that adolescent female?
Jessalyn.
Objection. Irrelevant.
What is
Overruled.
that?
I'm sorry,
It's
your
someone that
answer
you
may have
hit.
been blocked by Mr. Brooks' objection, so please repeat it.
Objection. I do not consent to that name, nor am I that person.
Noted. You may answer.
Jessalyn. I walked towards the direction of Mountaintop Coffee, and I was directed to stand guard over one of the deceased.
Who was it that you were standing
Cease.
guard over?
I
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
She did it.
I never inquired the true name of the individual that I ended up being by.
Could you tell which group or unit in the parade that deceased person was associated with?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
She was one of the dancing grannies.
Officer Schneider.
What?
It would be fair to say from the video footage that was shown that you were standing directly next to Officer Buttrin. Is that correct?
That is correct.
For any reason, would you have, being that you were so close next to him, not heard the same things that he heard?
Objection, I think that calls for
Grounds.
That's really precious from a guy that claims to have hearing loss. Like, dude, get a read on the room.
Grounds.
Calls for speculation.
Do you recall if the driver had hair?
I do.
Do you recall if the driver was wearing a hat?
I don't recall that.
Do you recall seeing anyone in the back seat?
I couldn't see the back seat from my position.
Why could you not see the back seat?
Because you were coming right from me. In front.
Because there's front seats in the way.
Yeah.
Would it be fair to say from the video that there was a barricade set up at the cross street of Buckley?
Yes.
Would it be also fair to say that you couldn't turn down Buckley Street because of the barricade?
The street was barricaded.
Could you make a turn down the street that was?
He thinks one of the things that amaze me is that he thinks that these plastic barricades that may barely stand there, the wind can blow them away. These plastic barricades are like force fields that won't allow a car to pass through them even if they ran at max speed at it.
Was barricaded?
You could make a turn, but it was barricaded.
How can you make a turn on a barricaded street? How would you be able to do that?
Driving past them.
If a vehicle were to slow down, the barricade could be moved.
There you go.
So a vehicle would actually have to stop and then make the turn.
Yeah, like you should have been.
Can we show
He just destroyed himself.
exit 17 again? Or exhibit,
With his own
sorry.
question.
Excuse me. Exhibit
it.
17. Well,
Okay.
before you play it, can you pause it? Before you play it, would it be fair to say that at that intersection that has the red light facing towards the camera, that there is in fact someone who appears to be law enforcement standing right there?
What?
Objection vague.
Sustained.
Can you,
Rephrase.
would it be fair to say that someone standing at that intersection that appears to be wearing the same police vest attire that you are wearing?
Objection
Where?
vague. I think-
Grounds.
Can you like
What
point
he
it
was
out?
asking is clear enough, so he may answer.
There is an individual on the Buckley side of the intersection wearing a high-res traffic vest.
Can you play it just for just a couple of seconds so we can get a clear look at the individual that I'm referring to?
Exactly how many seconds, Mr. Brooks?
I don't consent to being called that name, but maybe 2 or 3 seconds.
You can pause at the 3-second mark, Your Honor.
Can you go back a second?
Judge, it's not possible to jump back.
It is
in
possible,
1
but they
second
don't know how to
increments.
do
Go
it.
back
It's
to the beginning,
BLC.
please.
It is possible.
Right there. Do you know that individual right there?
I don't recall who that was, no.
Did you see them at any time attempt to stop the vehicle or redirect the vehicle?
I did not observe that myself, no.
Could have been just a civilian helping with the traffic.
Can you put up exhibit 18? I want it to play, Your Honor, if I may.
The whole thing.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, permission granted.
Pause it right there.
You just said
Would
you
it be
wanted
fair to say that that was just a horn that was heard?
No, I don't hear a horn.
You don't hear a horn.
I do not hear a horn.
Can we start that from the beginning?
Let me hear.
For the record, Mr. Brooks.
When did you have
Objection. I do not consent to being called that name, Your Honor, nor do I identify by that name.
The defendant has asked the video to be stopped. It was stopped at 4 seconds in. He's requested that it be replayed.
Oh my God!
Pause it.
What the?
Would it be fair to say that that was not just a horn
I don't hear a horn,
that was heard on this
and
video?
I'm listening to it.
I will stick with my original answer. on
Yeah,
that.
I don't hear it.
So your original answer would be that you did not just hear a horn on this video that was being played.
That's correct.
Nope. No horn, deaf guy. Allegedly.
So would it be any reason that anyone else would have heard a horn?
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Doesn't
cause
know
for
what everyone
speculation
else
on the
did.
part of this witness.
Did you at any time get a chance to read the report by Officer Butcher, who was standing right next to you during this event?
I did not read his report.
Did you have any conversation with him about what he may have observed or heard that evening?
Can you clarify what you mean?
Did you have any conversation with Officer Butcher about what he may have observed or heard on that evening?
Later, after everything had calmed down, we had talked for a little bit.
Did he state to you that he had heard a horn beeping at
Hearsay?
any time during your conversation?
Objection, hearsay, move to
Actual
Grounds.
hearsay?
Grounds.
Oh. Sustained.
Yeah,
Calls
that's
for hearsay.
that's what hearsay is, my guy. He doesn't understand it
Do
because
you
he
recall
doesn't know
what
what
the
it means.
conversation was about when you talked that evening?
I can't recall specifics, no.
Did you in any way talk about what had happened that evening at the parade?
Yeah, it would be about the parade, but I can't, again, tell you specifics of what we talked about.
You don't recall?
I've already answered that.
It's been a year.
But you're sure that you had some talks about what you may have seen?
objection, repetitive.
Grounds.
Asked and answered.
From your recollection, would it be fair to say that Officer Butcher saw the approaching vehicle before you did?
Objection,
Grounds.
speculation.
Grounds.
Sustained. It calls for speculation on the part of this witness. Next question.
At what point did you see the vehicle? Once it was past Officer Butcher or before it had passed him?
I saw the vehicle coming from the White Rock location, so it was before the vehicle had even approached Officer Butron's location.
Any reason why you didn't move to attempt to stop the vehicle when Officer Butcher did?
Because she was trying to get out of the way.
Yes, we oftentimes in our line of work have people, meaning no ill will, just disregard police barricades and other things. So initially I didn't know if the vehicle was being driven by somebody that was just simply distracted or lost or senile. I had no idea.
He was probably senile.
So it would be fair to say that at the time you had no idea what was going on with the vehicle and why it was there.
No. To this day, we still don't know.
At the time, what I knew was that someone had radioed that a car had disregarded our barricades to keep the parade route closed off.
Did you hear a car or did you hear an SUV?
Oh my god, I hate this. I hate this. Like, oh my god. This is one of my things that sets me off. It's like, dude, an SUV is a car. A limousine is a car. Everything that has four wheels, well, not everything, but it's a car. Like, I don't know why this guy is like, SUV is not a car. Yes, it is. Like, a puma is a cat. It's a cat. A kitty cat. You know?
I don't recall the exact words that were used. It was a vehicle.
Yes. It's a
Would
car.
it be fair to say that you just said that you heard a car over the radio?
An SUV
I
is
don't
a
recall
car.
the exact words.
Would it be fair to say that it is extremely hard to compare a car with an SUV?
No,
Objection,
because they're both
argumentative.
cars.
Sustained.
Oh my god, am I wrong? Please tell me
Would
in the
you
comments
ever
if I'm
mistake
wrong.
a car in an SUV?
Objection,
Grounds.
argumentative.
Overruled. She may answer.
I think I'm pretty good at knowing the difference.
So when you heard the radio call, were you expecting a car or SUV?
I was expecting a vehicle, red in color, to be coming my direction.
Would it be fair to say that you, before, didn't state the color of the vehicle that you were expecting?
You didn't ask.
I think the question's vague, Your Honor, as
Objection.
to
Grounds.
when she may or may
Grounds.
not.
Mr. Brooks, hold on. Let her state the objection.
He just say objection, grounds. He didn't state what objection was.
Question's vague as to when she may or may not have indicated the color of the car, Your Honor.
Grounds.
I'll sustain the objection. Please rephrase. It's sustained as to the form of the question.
At any time during the radio
His sleeve is so back
report,
down.
was there any report of the color of the vehicle, as you say,
Big.
in the report that you heard over the radio?
The exact color of the vehicle over the radio, I do not recall hearing. I know that I saw a red SUV coming from White Rock.
Would it be fair to say that you heard the radio call before you saw the vehicle?
Absolutely, I heard it before I saw it.
So would it be fair to say that you couldn't have known what the color of the vehicle would be and what vehicle was being referred to?
There was only one vehicle on the parade route, from what I saw.
Were you injured in any way by the vehicle?
I was not injured.
No, she moved out of the way.
So it would be fair to say that you haven't filed a claim in this matter, correct?
Objection irrelevant.
Grounds.
Overruled. She may answer.
I have not filed a claim for this.
So it would be also fair to state that you are not an injured party in this matter, correct?
Objection asked and answered.
Grounds.
Yeah, she already asked.
Sustained.
Could you state for the record who subpoenaed you to testify in this matter today?
The state?
Here we
And when
go
you say the
again
state,
with this.
well, who are you referring to exactly?
The state of Wisconsin?
To the best of your knowledge, being in law enforcement for some time, have you ever had any interaction with the state whatsoever?
Objection
Grounds.
irrelevant. Vague.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Did you physically talk to the state about testifying here this morning?
Objection
How do you
Grounds.
physically talk
vague
with
and
someone?
irrelevant.
Grounds.
Do you mean to ask her if she spoke with the DA's office?
Did she speak to the plaintiff?
Irrelevant.
Sustained. Next question.
How long have you known the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained. Next question.
Have you read the complaint in this matter?
I believe I've skimmed it over. I haven't read it in its entirety.
Would it be any reason why you didn't read the complaint in its entirety?
Objection irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Did you have any idea that you may be called to testify in this matter?
I did see it as a possibility, yes.
He was there.
So it'd be fair to say that if you knew that it was a possibility that you may be called to testify, would it be fair to say that it would be best to acquire all the knowledge that you can acquire before testifying?
Objection
No.
argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained.
He's there to say what it happened that day.
Are you aware that all police departments are funded by the state of Wisconsin?
Objection
Okay,
irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
If you weren't testifying here this morning, would you be on duty?
Again with the
Yes, I would be.
Is that why you came in uniform?
Yes, it is.
So it'd be fair to say that right now you're on a clock,
Yes, I am.
being paid by whom?
By the city of Waukesha.
Is the city of Waukesha in the state of Wisconsin?
yes.
Yes, it is.
Who funds the Waukesha Police Department?
Objection
The
irrelevant.
Grounds.
taxpayers.
Sustained.
Everyone that pays taxes, they fund them.
During your attempt to stop the vehicle, do you recall the vehicle trying to strike anyone?
I did not see the vehicle deviating in any way, no.
By you saying that you didn't see the vehicle deviate, Can you clarify for the record what that means
He
in your
doesn't.
opinion?
He doesn't know what deviate means. This is a recurring theme where he doesn't know a word. He's gonna be like, "Oh, explain that for the jury, please."
When I saw the vehicle coming towards my direction, it was driving in a straight line.
So, would it be fair to say that that does not clarify what you mean by deviate?
Yes, it does.
It's argumentative, sustained.
Just
As
because
far
you
as
don't know what it
recall,
means. All right.
You
How
didn't
long
see
do we have of her?
or hear that the
We're
vehicle
almost
has
done. Okay.
struck anyone. That be fair to say?
That's been asked and answered, Your Honor.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Do you know of any attempts to stop the vehicle before the vehicle approached your area?
Yes, because they
Based
reported
on
it.
the radio traffic, I
Yes.
heard it sounded like officers had attempted at that time, but I didn't see it, so I couldn't say for certain.
So it would be fair to say that you don't recall.
No,
Objection.
that's not what she
Grounds.
said.
Your Honor, it's a
Grounds.
misstatement of her testimony.
Grounds.
Sustained. It mischaracterizes the testimony.
So to the best of your knowledge, Officer Buttrin was the first person that you observed attempting to stop the vehicle,
That's correct.
and then yourself,
That is correct.
with no injuries.
Can you clarify, please?
You, Officer Buttrin, or you were not injured in your attempt to stop the vehicle.
I believe that's correct.
Yeah,
You believe that was correct?
she believes.
I don't recall Buttrin complaining of any injuries, so I couldn't say for certain.
Were you yourself injured?
I have already answered that.
Yeah. Move on.
You stated that you skimmed through the complaint for this matter. Would that be fair to say?
Objection asked and answered. We need to move on to a new topic, Your Honor.
Grounds.
Sustained. It's been asked and answered. Need a new topic,
What-
Mr. Brooks, under 90611. I'm directing you to move on.
I'm just trying to find out what would be the reason not to read the whole complaint. That's all.
Move on.
Completely irrelevant, Your Honor.
So, grounds.
There's no question.
On cross-examination, you told Mr. Brooks
All
that
right, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm sorry, I have to. The video is going a little bit too long. Tell me if you like long videos or you want shorter videos. I'll do whatever you guys would like more. But thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow with continuing this day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.